Well, hello, welcome to Pepazeka. My name's Andre, and I'm 4 minutes late. I'm sorry, as Endo shouted at me yet. How's it, guys? Welcome to every single one of you super duper heroes out there. So good to see you. Let's run the gauntlet quickly. Cameron, how's it going? Tell me if the sound's good, because I'm once again running on a wing and a prayer over here. John, how's it going? John Muslane, how are you keeping? Dylan, how's it going, Dylan Combrunk? Debbie Murray, how's it, Debbie? How are you keeping? Always good to have you. Buzzy, how's it going? I'm pleased to hear you starting to get a little bit better. What did you say? Fiber problems on your cell phone? Oh, you're on your cell phone now because of cyber problems, fiber problems. Cameron, Nick, how's it going? Oh, and he says, how's it all you beautiful people out here? How close and how cool is that? Well done, Nick. Hendo, my favorite Cape Town European. How's it going? Afternoon, fellow suspects. Thank you, Pravin. Anyway, DVD, how are you feeling, my friend? I believe you've been horribly ill this weekend as well, huh? Debbie, always good. Arbot, our 6-star Michelin chef. How's it going, my friend? Who else we got? Debbie, Hendo, Cameron, Dylan, John, and everyone is just shouting at each other now. Debbie in big letters. So how's it going? How are you people keeping? You all feel like a bit of a call-in? Anybody feel like giving a call in? You are welcome to do so. I'm going to throw out the link any second now. I just want to go through to Wacha Wachin. And I must say, somebody actually posted on the WhatsApp group the other day and said, Debbie, you know what? You put the most wonderful, uplifting morning little things onto there, and it is true. It's really beautiful, the uplifting little morning things there. Thank you very much. Shout out to Debbie. Thanks so much for that. You were here for the pooches. I'll have to go fetch them. They got groomed today. They had their butt hair trimmed, and they got washed, and they got actually doggy cologne so that they don't stink so badly. And they had their nails cut. So, their haircut cost more than what mine did. But yeah, they didn't have much hair to cut because it all just falls out anyway. Oh, it was Arbot who said thank you for that. Yeah, well, thank you. And Arbot, you got some good stuff that you also zap on there. I don't always get to reply because I'm like always in the middle of something and I'm running and I quickly just and oh yeah, that hit home. It was really, really cute. But yeah, I actually put a thing on Facebook the other day that I actually quite liked. Let me see if I can actually find it now. Hello, Ellison. How are you going? Waiting to hear from the boss about work tomorrow. Hope you all had a good weekend. I mean, if you still got work tomorrow or if there's work to be done tomorrow. Just see. See if I can share that. Well, let me tell you the story. And the reading goes as such. I'd adopted her, but she refused to come away with me. It was weird because dogs can't wait to leave the kennels. She was crying and stubbing her paws. I should have dragged her, but when I looked down, I understood the reason, and I had to make a choice. When the time came to take her home, she was just out of the cage. From that moment, a new world awaited her. A wonderful life, a lot of love. Any other dog would have run into the embrace of her rescuers, but she did not. She stood still, sticking to all fours, and refused to come out of the cage. In a corner, a small Chihuahua Taco looked at her in fear. She understood that she was about to lose her best friend, and in that moment, a small miracle happened. The couple saw the whole scene and decided to adopt them both. They did the documents also for the Chihuahua, and all 4 were sent out the door of the shelter. This was taken in the car before leaving. I'll show you the photo now. Personally, I'd like to wish these 2 dogs a happy life full of love. But above all, so much happiness also to those two wonderful people. And let me get this shared quickly as well. Whammo. See if I can zoom in on that a bit. New Facebook's got this funny zoom in thing. And that's the dog that was refusing to leave the kennel when she was adopted. And on the side, when they saw in the corner this little Chihuahua cowering away, knowing that she was going to basically lose her friend and her protector, they suddenly realized this dog's not moving without the little one that they're looking after. So they adopted them both, and that is them on their car, in the car on the way home after they adopted them both. I thought it was like really, really cool. What's Alison say? Andre, I've been in bed since Tuesday. Oh no, yeah, I remember you said mumps at this age. Oh my lord, it's suicidal time. No, I'm kidding. You're not going anywhere. But still, it is the worst thing to have when you're an adult, eh? Oh my goodness. That is absolutely, absolutely terrible. What did say? Mumps, Alison. Buzzy, shame, Pepper. Yeah. Thanks, Buzzy. Always, always, always being there for us. Yeah, everyone's sending good wishes. A perfect world is the puppies in Andre and Lynn's life, and the cats in Arbot's life. No, I just, you know what, I have a thing. If you had to say run a dog or run a human being through a trap, I'll say send the human being. I'm taking the dog home because I just feel the human being can think for himself to miss the trap. But yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous. It's on my Facebook page though. I just read you the story because there it is over there. And in the end, when they saw that this little one, the reason the big one wasn't leaving because of the little one, that they saw in the corner busy shaking and cowering away because her friend was going, they took them both. And that's the cutest little photo of them both sitting in the car. And of course, the little one feeling very, very safe there. Chihuahuas, Chihuahuas are wuss. Always eyeballing you for food. Hendo, if only you knew how true that was, dude. If only you knew how true that was. I mean, they always said there's no one who looks so deeply into your soul like a worker sitting in the back of a bucky while you're driving your car behind them eating a hamburger. I tell you, that's got nothing on how my Chihuahua can stare me down when I. Yes, no, that is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful little story, and I love that little look of them in there. Uh, okay, let me take this off for a while so you can see my ugly mug for a while and get that thing sorted back to where I was there. So yeah, so what you've been watching before I go on, I've been so trying. Hello, mother. How are you? There we go. Inna, mum of the new groomed pups is there. We're on bread and water tonight because we had to pay for the pups to get groomed. Their asses are at least trimmed, but yeah. Sorry, they're bums. Clean language, mums. Yeah. Okay, so what you've been watching? Let's run through that quickly. TV wise, I haven't really watched anything. I have been playing Diablo. I finished the whole story last week, Sunday, straight after stream. Phoned mom, hello mom, how's it going? Gotta go, bye. And finished the whole story. Started a new character, and I actually started running the open world and everything like that. So I haven't even finished the story, but I'm on a higher level already, and I am playing my butt off, enjoying that. I haven't enjoyed a game like that for a long time. Ina hasn't enjoyed peace like this for a long time. No, but yeah. So Ina's getting a lot of hellos. Popular media. You'll have to bring the pups up. Yeah, I have been playing hectically every evening that I get home. Every morning, I felt like there's like barbed wire dragged over my face. But anyways, what you been watching? Let's take a look. Chris Wyatt. Don't forget Uncle Chris Wyatt. No, retired Colonel Chris Wyatt from Pennsylvania, USA. I'm not too sure where he is in the world today. Hendo, Pravin, can you tell us where Chris is today? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, he's all over the world, but he has no better knowledge than anyone else about South Africa, South African politics, and he gives absolutely phenomenal news and views on there. Then, of course, if you're into your sport and Rugby Ascent is also done by Chris Wyatt. He's got great interviews, and he also does commentating on the rugby, of which I'm even fallen behind as well. I've fallen behind on everything. My rugby's even seen the gutter. I am an absolute loss. And then our favorite boykie from the Bay, don't forget Ronaldo Gous, and he's put out like about 50 million videos of late, which I have not seen as well. Eskom refuses to help load to end load shedding. Why does the media ignore this? The way you seem to be complaining, it's only a matter of time before you live voluntarily. Some brothers are helping out with farm murders, hijackers, and rapists will finish the job. Hey. Yeah, because I believe, who's the guy whose farm was attacked and his father was stabbed? His father passed as well. It says EFF leaders already blaming. I've got so much catching up to do. It's just not funny, but always a phenomenal, great stream with Ronaldo. And yeah, I very, very much, when I get to see him, I enjoy him very much, but also I've met him, and what a decent person. And then our very own stunning lady in waiting. Yeah. What happened? No dog food. Yes, you know, I've been playing Diablo. Yeah, she found some way to distract your purple crying. But yeah, our very own lady in waiting, Fiona Timms, a white Zulu, pop over there. And I think the latest one has been popped on. One day ago, Fiona Timms, White Zulu, chapter 63, spending time with cousins in Buckinghamshire or Shire. I was lashed out the other day when I said, could I have the Worcestershire sauce, please? And said, what Worcestershire sauce are you talking about? It's Worcestershire. So, you freaking Brits here. Yeah, Hendo, you Brits. But anyway. So, yeah. And you can always pop over to www.whitezulubook, not the, just White Zulu Book, and you will see the story of a misplaced South African. And you'll find some more photos and thingies that fit that book as well. Okay, so what have we been watching? Let's take a look. Debbie said something there that is quite interesting. You said you have been watching a series on Netflix, The Usual Suspects. In Hendo's words, you've been watching Pepper Zeka. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. What's it? Stallone reality show. It's really good. I don't know. What's that called? I didn't know there's a Stallone reality show. I didn't know he was a reality show dude. Don't pick on Hendo. Hendo, you have got an advocate in the country. You've got an uncle in the advocate business. Thanks. Moment she's entertaining the Lady Baron, I think. Oh, yeah, she's not here tonight. Pronounce Worcestershire wrong. I don't know, I said Worcestershire. Ons weet nie. And that dude look at me like, what's a vastus? Vasio sister, so says that. So is it Worcestershire? Last time when Lord of the Rings said the Shire, I thought it was Worcestershire. Then I had a Brit turn his nose up at me and go, ew, it's Worcestershire sauce. I don't know. Now. I think Fiona's still napping. Recorded very sad episode last Friday with Fiona. Oh, shame. I am behind, John. Sorry, I am behind on it hectically. And especially with going to bed late now with my game, I have been even less. But I must say, boom, I finished my exams this week. I have a week's breath, and then the next week we start on the term 4 exams again. Let's see. Been watching Family Stallone reality show and slightly woke new Transformers. Arbot. There we go. Worcester sauce. Was jouw sister sauce? Okay, there we go. John says pronounced Worcester. Yeah, but is it Worcestershire or Worcestershire? So Sher or S? I don't know. Because, yeah, I know it's Worcestershire or Worcestershire, but is it Shire or Shire? Yes, or bot sauce. I love Worcester sauce. Let's leave it there. Shire or Shire. Yeah, sure or Shire. I don't know. Something I was looking at and what I wanted to actually chat today as well is Endo. Now, what is it? Worcestershire or Worcestershire? You come from that Brit place now, Endo. Tell us. Shire or Shire? Worcestershire sauce. Thank you very much, John. So it's Worcestershire. So the Brit was right. Could have left me in South African, Worcestershire. I watch Lord of the Rings. Debbie says, Our Lady is entertaining and uplifting another fellow SA lady today who's unhappy being in the UK. Sure, Fiona will pick up her spirits. Most definitely so. Dylan says Shire. John says sure. Dylan says Shire. And you're giving a cover your face. Sure. Buzzy says sure. I think we'll stick to just Worcester sauce. Was jouw sister sauce? And Cameron has got it. Worcestershire, as in the singer Sure. Okay. Don't worry. We've got it as Worcestershire sauce. Thank you. That took a long time to get through. I was listening to something, and in the mornings I listened to these like little clips of old Angus Buchan. And something actually that he did mention in one of his little clips this week was, have you noticed the blue tick anxiety and blue tick rage? It's as bad as road rage. It's on my watch list, Debbie. I haven't seen Where the Craw Dogs Sing yet. But somebody did say that it was really a good movie. So tell me if I'm going to waste my time there. Because I've been trying to get to watch Slumdog Millionaire. I eventually watched. It was okay. It was good action. The Mother. It's on Netflix, by the way. It's got some popular actress to whatever. I don't know. I'm losing it as I get old, but yeah. Nope, explain that one, Andre. Blue tick anxiety and rage. Blue tick anxiety and rage. It exists. It is real, and it has taken over our lives. If you take a look, must be a work disease. Take a look at, I know it happens on Telegram, and I think it happens on WhatsApp as well. You send, and there's a tick for send. There's a blue tick for delivered, and you sit there and you actually, are they going to read it? Are they going to read it? It's blue. It's gone through. It's blue. And then it goes blue double tick. And then it is, yes, they've read it. When's it coming back? When do I get my answer? Come on, you've seen it. You know it. You've read it. Why are they not on? And of course, the person on the other side is, oh Lord, let me not look at that message. The tick is going to go blue. If I touch that message, I'm going to get a blue tick, and the person on the side is going to get ticked off with me. And then, I touched it. There's 2 blue ticks. I need to reply. And of course, then you have like the person on the other side going, he's not replying. There's 2 blue ticks. And the other one's going, I need to reply. I haven't got the time at the moment. I have to reply. There's blue ticks. Blue ticks are the new anxiety and rage that people need to take medical action on. Sorry, I was looking at something before I started raging because there's blue ticks. It's a book based with the eye opener. Waiting for acknowledgement of a message gets no reply. I tell you what, people are flying off the hammer with blue ticks these days. There is no answer, and there's 2 blue ticks. And the other person sitting on the other side is like, oh, I touched the message. There's 2 blue ticks. I need to answer it. Yeah, no, I blue tick mental cases. There we go. Alf Rowan, how's it going, buddy? I'm a professional message ignorer. I do so too. And you know what? When I look at it and I actually read it, I open to read it because I want to see the damn message. I don't want to send you 2 blue ticks, but unfortunately it does. And then I'm like busy with something and I think, oh, well, you know what? I just got to get back. And then, of course, it flies right out of my ass. And 2 or 3 days later, I'm like, I'm sorry, I got this message 2 days from you, but I didn't see it, but I meant to answer it. But I'm telling you, people are throwing fits and tantrums about the blue tick. That tick is so true. Been on receiving end, not replying quick enough, and they took offense. Tell me about it. Alfront, I'm right up there with you. With that, you can ask my wife. I am like, or else I'm looking and I'm like, and you only see the first 2 lines of the message, and I'm looking and she's like, what are you doing? I'm trying to see this message, but I don't want to open it because it's going to get 2 blue ticks. So now you're like really anxious. I wonder what this message is. I just can't look at it at the moment. I just can't answer this message at the moment. So I can't look at this message because what? It's going to get 2 blue ticks. Yeah. So how do you think that? What's it? Henda says my anxiety when I'm going to get the next what? My anxiety is when I'm going to get my next snook. Dude, I don't have snook over here as well. We get stuck with Dory. There you go. Welcome, Alfront. There's been 2 blue ticks for I don't know. Oh, I actually wanted to say, if anyone wants to do a dash in, yeah, I actually clean forgot about it. You see how good I am at forgetting things. There we go. I can dash them in there. If anyone does want to come on and talk about rage and blue tick rage and things to that effect. Lost my phone before I hit send. Maybe you can help. Buzzy's Moments laptop shows Wi-Fi connection, but there's no internet connection. I tried to fix it, but I'm dumbstruck. Pay your service provider. No, I'm kidding. I sat for Friday night and Saturday morning without internet. And let me see if I've got this from I sent to Devon. I don't know if I sent it to him on, I think it was on Messenger. Let's just see if I've got my Messenger up here somewhere. Hold a sec. I was without internet and they had to fix it. And I think it was actually on my side, but yeah. Cape Town chili, love Cape Town. Could somebody want to give me some chill, please? Oh, jeez. I just need to log into my Telegram so I can see if I can get that photo. Because I want to show you what I ended up doing. I linked it. I linked the laptop to my phone because I mean you can't play Diablo. Even I sent it to you, I think. Yeah, there we go. You can't play Diablo without internet. So I was like absolutely frustrated. Now I have a 30 meg line. I had a 50 meg line, but you really, it's really expensive. Don't need overkill anything to that effect. I was so surprised at the speed test. All of a sudden, I linked it to my cell phone's speed. And for Friday night and Saturday morning, I was playing off my cell phone. But how's that for speed off a cell phone? I went to 114 megs per second. And on my normal internet, I get like 30 megs. And then I thought, oh, well, I'll just connect it. Okay, granted, I put it onto 5G, but it blew me away. Buzz, so I got a device not connected yet with you. Got you coming in. That's my name, Dory. I found the aquarium. Yeah, well, we actually get dory fish. I didn't think that we're actually eating dory. Now all of a sudden I feel really guilty every time I eat fish and chips. So, dory. I found dory and I ate her. Let me drop that. I'm falling behind again. I'm falling behind. I'm ignoring messages. Restart the router. There we go. See if there are any red lights. Also check if your plugs are plugged in properly. Take them out and put them back in again. The network cables. Just check. That's after they fixed mine up. That was one of the problems. Although my second router is still giving me grief. I believe Cape Town's in for flood warnings. Oh wow. Has PE had any rain or anything like that properly yet? I mean, they were busy on the brink. Hello, Buzz. Let's get you in. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello. Hi, everybody. Getting there. slowly.
Nice, man. Nice.
Slowly.
Good to see you healing up a little. You're looking so
Yes,
cold.
lots of
With that
blankets and
jackets and everything
I
on.
am.
You
I'm
get into
freezing.
t-shirt mode.
I'm freezing. I want to. It's too cold. It's far too cold. It's like I'd say it's around 5 degrees here. So it's a little bit cold.
Johannesburg had an earthquake this morning at 4.8.
Have you got me?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I know Cameron's driver issue. I'm going to have to skip a whole lot. Dory sounds like an old Kerktani. Ay. Comrades taking up the bandwidth.
Yeah, so
Is Comrades today?
yes.
That means you guys
Yes.
should be having a public holiday tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, if we would be so lucky. Every day is a public holiday, Andre.
Endo says it's warm in the UK.
Cool.
He's gone surfing and swimming. But you look like you're like nicely wrapped up for winter over there.
I've got my winter woolies. I've got everything on. I've even got Ronaldo's tech buff on. I've got to show you.
Oh wow. There we go. If you keep it on any longer, I can actually bill Ronaldo for marketing. No, I'm kidding.
it's that no dreaded bloody flu. It's absolutely dreadful. Anybody.
Oh, what they say, is they say it's not a public holiday tomorrow, but there's one coming on Friday. What do you got on Friday? You got so many public holidays.
What's happening on Friday? Isn't it
Debbie
Youth Day
says
or
South
something like
Africans
that? I
won
can't
both
remember.
men's and women.
Oh, cool.
I'm actually very interested in the
Good.
women's one because a friend of mine in South Africa, his wife runs Comrades, and she runs all these trails. I'm talking about 100 milers and things like that. So the Comrades is like a step down for her, a little bit of an easier run for her. Cornell Metcalf. I don't know if there's anyone saw her or whatever. CB says Youth Day, he thinks.
Yeah, I think it's Youth Day.
Yeah, on Friday.
I might be wrong. Yeah, Friday. But my mom phoned at, I don't know, 6:30 this morning to instruct my daughter to make sure that Kaylee, my granddaughter, watches the the race, because she's very into cross country. so she must watch it. I said to so now my mother's trying to get her to do the bloody comrades. Is she crazy? She's only 10. She's only 10 years old. So that's a little bit
You
soon,
can
I
start
think.
practicing now. You're 10 years old. Yeah.
And that would mean then tearing up and down the hill.
And I was always used to the fact that I think that was the Sunday was the comrades or something like that. The Monday was a public holiday. I don't know if it was just that Youth Day fell on the
Yeah.
Sunday and now it's down to Friday. But yeah, I've always dreamt of maybe doing the comrades one day. As soon as I don't struggle to actually get my leg through my underpants in the morning, then you know what? Then I think I'd be fit enough. But until then, it's the struggle
You
is
don't want me to
real.
comment. You don't want me to comment, Andre.
The struggle is real.
No, I'm not.
Dylan
Ina's in the
says
chat.
he's too old to take off. No,
Yeah.
I've had a weekend in again, except for today. Went off to get the dogs snipped up and everything like that. And then, as I said, I wanted to talk about, has anyone experienced this blue tech rage? And you know what, as old Angus mentioned it, I thought, you know what, I've never looked at it that way. But people do rage about, I saw you read it. And it's like, yeah, I know I read it, but I was intending to reply.
Yeah. Well,
What's Enda says, I
I
thought
don't.
comrades was commie criminals. Yeah, it must be a governmental race, eh? It's the race for presidency. It's a comrades race.
Yeah. Well,
Don't they pass
the
by you
sad
somewhere, Lynn?
reality is, no, it's from Maritzburg. It's from Peter Maritzburg.
Oh, yeah, you
They
before
ran
then.
from Peter Maritzburg this year down to Durbs. Yeah. So, but we do have the Mid-Mile, which is just on our doorstep.
That's the swimming one, yeah. I know a friend of mine, Bruce Barry,
Yes,
has
that's
done
the
that a couple of
swimming one.
times. But he's also he's now become friends with Hendo. He's in the UK. What's
Sorry, my
Debbie says?
headphones keep
Gerda
on falling off.
Stein set the Comrades Marathon down run record 5:44. The fourth woman under 6
wow.
hours. Wow.
Wow, that's good. Anyway, so did you ever do the Mid-Mile, Andre?
No, I just float around the place. You know what, swimming does get rather strenuous. We had a pool in the previous place that we stayed. The complex had a pool inside, and I thought, oh, this is nice, I'll swim. And like 2 laps later, I was like, no, this isn't a good idea anymore.
Well, in my youth, when I was still at school, I decided to brave the comrades, not the comrades, Mid-Mile. Oh my goodness! By the time you swum, when you come out the other side, when you run up the ramp, your legs are like rubber. And you're very lucky if you don't get taken out because everybody's in such a hurry to dive in and swim. So it's not the safest swim.
Yeah, I was about to say there's 1,050,000 people jumping in there.
Yeah, it's hairy. It's very hairy.
No, I did.
No, I'm not going to do the comrades. No, the comrades marathon. No, that's for serious people with seriously. The amount of people that are hurt so badly after running the comrades. No, thank you. No, thank you.
No, people are
I nearly said
in
something bad.
hospitals and goodness knows. Debbie says she did the mid-mile. There we go. There's somebody who did it as well. Debbie did the mid-mile in Matric. It was the last dory to get out, I'm sure, but completely thankful.
Yeah.
Cameron says,
I mean, it's
does the
been
comrades in
forever.
his armchair?
Sorry.
Hmm?
Okay. We tried to watch the comrades this morning, and there was no live feed. It was all talk. There was no, how they show people running or the last people coming in, or there was nothing.
Yeah, we used to watch it.
So we've missed
Funnily
it.
enough, What other great sporting events are there on now these days in South Africa that aren't so well known that used to be great? We were talking about the first weekend in July. Remember the Rothmans July
Yes,
handicap,
yes.
the horse race?
With a,
That was a big thing. We used to get together and we used to take the horses' names and we used to like all pile them in a hat and everybody got to draw horses' names and you put 50 cent in the hat for for every draw that you did. And like you draw and sometimes you draw real crappy nuns and that. And then it actually whoever won got all the 50 cents or whatever. Durban July was huge. What the other one was the Gunston 500 was huge. I
they
know.
all
I
were
think the
named
Durban
after
July.
cigarette companies.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
all
but I
named
mean these
after
were
cigarette
big things.
companies. They don't do it anymore. But they
Yeah,
don't do
but
it
they
anymore.
the July is still on, but it's not that big. I mean, it used to be a big thing. Everyone was
No.
glued to their TVs or that Sunday or that weekend. I don't know when it was on. The first weekend in July, and there was the Gunston 500 surfing. I don't know what else is there that wasn't that great.
Phew. I've got to make my brain work. I mean, I remember the Durban July thing with the hats. All the different smart hats and feathers and
Oh yes,
knitting and
that was the place to
I mean, I
be. That
remember
was
all
the
of
place
that.
to be.
Yes, it was. Well, having to go to a private girls' school called Wickham, we wore those dreadful hats with the bloody Panama hats, and oh, they were dreadful. They're absolutely dreadful. So yeah, I wouldn't, and I don't understand why somebody would choose to wear something like that unnecessarily after having to wear it every time we went out from school. In crocodile, with
What you would do
rules.
for fashion? What you do for fashion?
No, I didn't give a damn about fashion. I've got to tell you this. I know it's going to have everybody rolling in the chat. But when I was in Zim, you see, my folks and I were still living in Zim when I came to school to Wickham in Natal 100 years ago, just after independence, 1981, if everybody wants the actual year. And we got a uniform list from Wickham. Okay. And on this list, I'm going to tell you guys, if you don't know what they are, then I'll educate you. But they had a uniform for everything, whether it was, you know, school, homework, PE. You had a uniform for everything. You even wore like a dreadful gingham bloody pattern dress while you weren't in school or you weren't playing sport. So you never wore civvies, okay? And on this list, it said bloomers. And I said to my mother, I said, there's no bloody way in hell
I'm
that
getting
I
into
am
bloomers.
wearing bloomers when I have to play hockey, because that's no, definitely not wearing those things when I play tennis and hockey. She said,
That's
well, I think this
blooming
might be a little
ridiculous.
bit old. She said, I think this list is a little bit old. That's from when my mum went to Wickham. So she had to wear bloomers. So I was so relieved that I didn't have to wear these bloody bloomers. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine trying to play hockey or play tennis in bloomers? No, it's bloody ridiculous.
Sounds a little mad. I just want to answer
uh,
Alison there. Alison, I think there's a disabled text somewhere along the line. I'm not too sure. Tech savvy beats me to the ground. Arbot, I think the J&B
Cameron
Met
will
still
know.
exists.
Cameron,
The J&B Met still exists. Cam, you'd know if there's a tick disabler or not.
yes, he
Debbie says
does.
the
He
comrade
does know.
DSTV took the credit, but YouTube covered it. Sports and Humans throwing it from his TV off the DSTV channel. So watched it from there. Endo
Okay.
fondly remembers the horse racing. Yeah, Endo, you gambler. Albert says the Durban July, and then it's the Gunston became the Mr. Price Pro. I think the Durban July is now the Vodacom Durban July, if I'm not mistaken. And Debbie's also fondly remembering the Hollywood Bets Greyville Racecourse on Saturday, the 1st of July. Oh, is that now what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I thought it was.
That's what it's called now.
Mm.
You see, they've done away with the cigarettes, because cigarettes are bad. So they've done away with all the names. I mean, the golf thing at Sun City. What was it called? The Nedbank. What was it called?
Nedbank $1 million
The Nedbank.
golf challenge.
Yes, that was also played to death. I mean, you have to watch these people hitting a tiny ball. And it's boring. Sorry, it's like cricket. It's very boring.
Golf is better than cricket. Cricket, you just have one little spot you run up and down. At least golf, you walk the whole course.
But you got a bloody long way to walk, hey? It's a long. If you do the full thing, it's bloody long.
I remember old Sean Thompson, the surfing guy. I enjoyed the Gunston usually. It was quite nice, even as young as what I was.
What was the surfing thing they had in Durban? I'm trying to
It was
remember that.
the Gunston 500, which is apparently now the Mr. Price Pro or something like that. I'm trying to.
Okay.
They're talking about try wearing knickerbockers, says John Muslane.
No, thank you. I did wear knickerbockers, so don't tell me to try. I wore the damn things. I know what knickerbockers are.
Endo's coming out of the
Dreadful.
gambling cupboard.
It just shows you how old we are, John. Isn't anybody else coming on to chat? I'll go off. If somebody
I
else
can
wants
take
to
10
come on.
people at once. I've got a huge home. I have 10 rooms
I know.
on here, so.
Yeah. Come on, people. Call in. Come on.
Cricket, you know what? Golf still goes the way, and you walk along the way, and it's chipping and putting along the way and everything. Cricket. This guy looks at this red apple and then rubs it next to his apples, and then looks at this apple, turns the red apple, rubs it next to his apples, and then every vein in his head bursts out as the serious look goes on. He forms a tomato red state and then starts sprinting furiously towards the first set of poles with an anguished look on his face. He actually hurls it with this huge toss and throw towards this man on the other side with this piece of wood, and he looks at it and he goes, just to start it all over again.
Talking about cricket, can I tell you what happened to me when the first time I ever played cricket? Can I tell you?
Yeah.
The junior school that I went to, and there weren't enough boys in the school to play cricket. So unfortunately, us girls had to play cricket, and I'd never played cricket in my life before. I was out for a duck. Oh no! And I'm left-handed, which doesn't help matters at all.
It's that
I was out for a duck.
intimidating, red, frustrated look with veins bursting out of their heads as they charge towards a line, hurl that ball at breakneck speed, and the guy looks at it and goes, next. And you think, really?
And you take a big wide swing at this bloody ball. Sorry, I'm swearing. This ball, and you miss it. And I mean, I was a hockey player. I was around. You know what rounders is, Andre?
Yes,
it's very similar to baseball, but it's a girl's version. So I mean, it wasn't as if I didn't know how to swing a bat. And I mean, I was so upset that I was out for a duck. Anyway, no, and then the boys had to play rounders, and they also had to play hockey. So to make up a team.
Yeah, I remember rounders. We used to play it at school as well. Oh, the best part. We had Mr. Bokventer at school. And I was standing there with a baseball bat. And the guy tossed the ball. and I gave one hell of a swing, threw the bat down backwards, ran to first base. And only when we got to first base, I saw everyone staring at me, Mr. Fenter sitting down holding his shin. And from
Oh
then on,
no. Oh, no.
if you threw the bat backwards afterwards, you were out. You were not allowed to throw the bat. And of course, I'd taken one hell of a whack at this ball and let rip and thrown the bat straight onto his shin. And there he was lying on,
Oh
not
dear.
lying, sitting on the ground, holding his shin. And I'd like oblivious to everything, just hurling for first base.
You were so focused on running.
I was
No, I
so
remember
focused on
that
actually
too.
hitting that ball. I wasn't very much of a ball person. I just knew rugby. It's all I knew, rugby and athletics. But as you can see, I'm not a runner. But mind you, I did run. When I met my wife, I was doing 21K marathons.
Oh wow.
Of course,
Okay.
after you
Did she
get
go
married,
running with you?
you stop all
Did she
sports.
go? Did she go
No,
running with you, Andre?
no.
Did she do the biking thing with you?
Yeah, on the motorcycle, we went all over the country.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, on
because
the
that's
motorcycle.
another live stream that you can talk about your biking days.
I was actually busy cleaning up the computer the other day and I came across all the photos. I must actually put all my biking photos together and actually do a chat on that. And because I
Because it's
remember the one time we were
fascinating.
coming through from Mossel Bay to what's this other little town that I'll never, ever, ever even stop to put a cent down in? I won't buy a 5-cent coffee. I won't even leave a fart in that place. Beaufort West. They've got the worst,
Okay.
worst cops in the land. They just pull you off for nothing
Oh
all the
dear.
time. I will leave them not even the sweet smell of success as I'd pass there. Because, but what is the something Poort that we were going through? And I was getting such a nice swing on the bike going through there, and there was these nice long turns. It's Meyringspoort, I think it is. And going nicely on the side and it's flipping to the other side. And of course, the one part I lay a little bit too low, and so my main stand scraped the ground. And I just thought, please, Lord, let her sit still. Let her. And she sat through it like a champ until I straightened out on the straight. And she just whack on the back of my. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good
Ellen's
subject for another stream.
Not speed. What's Hendo say?
Sorry,
Yeah, my Hells
I'm starting
Angels
to
days.
cough. Come on, Hendo. Come on, check on chat. Come on. What's the matter with all of you?
Beaufort has a speed control.
Why am I the only one?
Beaufort West. Beaufort West is stupid for cops. Apparently has a speed cop training facility. I can't stand that place. I will not waste the time of day on that. If I don't have to go through it, I won't. And I will not put... I nearly ran out of fuel driving past that place because I refused to even put a drop of fuel in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I suppose everyone's trying to make their name in their little training center.
Yeah, well, they're doing that with people trying to get their driver's licenses. I mean, they did it to my daughter. 30,000 Rand later, after trying on numerous occasions to get her license, kept on failing her.
And all it would have cost her is $50 in her ID book.
But it didn't. It costed a hell of, and then they wanted bribes, and oh no, it's bad.
So I say $50 in the ID book, and you wouldn't have had to spend 30,000.
Yeah, well, we tried that. It didn't work. We tried that on numerous occasions, and it didn't work. It's because I've been saying to her that she's got to, because I've still got an L on my bucky.
Yeah.
And I've been
then
saying
you drive
to listen,
that
you're going to
badly,
have
you've
to
got to
drive.
keep an L on your bucky.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's not that she can't. She doesn't drive badly, Andre. She drives
I
very
said, you
well.
drive so badly, you've got to keep an L on your bucky. No, it didn't say anything about your daughter. I said you.
Okay. Well, you should have seen what
I'm
happened
kidding.
this morning. No, but you joke. But this morning, I was at the shopping centre just above us here, and I was pulling out onto the main road from the spa. And instead of putting my foot on the clutch, I put it on the brake.
Oh,
It's
no.
it's hairy.
You lucky
No,
you didn't
that's what
land
I'm
up in the
saying. I
spa.
must. Ish.
There we go.
And
Arbot's got
luckily,
it now for you. 6,000 Rand for your learner's and driver's license.
yeah, that's the minimum.
DVD says that's why he never got his
If
license
you don't
in SA.
bribe people.
Well, DVD,
Has he
that's
got
why
his
you ride a
international
scooter in
license?
Cambodia, because you don't need a license for a 125 scooter in Cambodia. They drive it whenever they want to, however they want to. They have no idea what the rules of the road is. They have no idea how to ride on this road. There's a million scooters on this road, and they all nick in their own direction. It's flippin' chaos. Nobody here knows what they're doing. They're all oblivious to any form of road operation whatsoever, and they just, if they're not going down the wrong side of the road, they're going over the road. They're texting while they're on their scooters. It's the standard thing. You pull away. It was absolutely astounding to me when I got here. You pull away, out comes the phone, and they're riding with the one hand, texting with the other hand, and it's legal. And they have no idea how to ride on a road. No idea what the rules of a road is. No idea how to utilize a form of road. A rear view mirror is for pushing chorbs when you've stopped. That's it. And they have no idea. You're lucky if they wear a helmet, which they're supposed to wear, but they don't wear a helmet. Sometimes the cops stop them for it, but otherwise they ride around without helmets. They ride as they want to, wherever they want to, turn in front of you, turn around, ride down the wrong side of the road. It's freaking chaos, and they don't need a license, so they haven't got a clue. I always say they don't drive like this because of arrogance. They drive like this because of ignorance.
Okay, so that, right? So what do you think happens when we have load shedding and there are no robots?
We have robots, but the red light's optional. If there's nothing, they're just like turning in. If there's cars, they're just like weaving into them anyway. So it's like, why did you even bother?
Okay,
we have no such thing as a stop street. It's just weave in and out. Hoot if you're going to be going over first. It's nothing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Here, you just sit and wait for everybody to stop going because they don't know the rules of the road. And then you get old farts like me who know the rules, but I'm too scared to move because these other people don't follow the rules.
They just, you know what's the best is nobody gets angry because they're just so ignorant and just move in amongst everyone. I mean, South Africa would have been guns by now. You get to a circle. Oh my Lord. I go through 2 circles on the way to work. Nobody has a cooking clue of how to go around a circle. It is an absolute abortion. They're in here. The one goes to the middle to actually go across here. The one's going all the way around on the side. The other one's just pushing across. The other one's texting while trying to go in, weaving in front of somebody else. This car's just decided to stop. I mean, I watch at school. There's a little coffee shop where we are at. They'll be driving down the road, and all of a sudden, boop, he'll stop. And what the hell are you stopping in the middle of the road for? Get out of the car, leave the car stuck in the middle of the road. Everyone's just necking around them. No, they're going to buy a coffee now. Not pull over to the side of the road or try and get off.
No, that's crazy.
You just hit a dead stop and you piss off to buy coffee. I look at it and I think, in your life, can you actually imagine that? As DVD says, road rage does not exist in Cambodia.
It's absolutely crazy.
And everyone just drives around and nicks all over the place.
Well, unfortunately,
you're in the middle of a huge
unfortunately, it does here.
School pickup traffic. Guess what you do? You do a 3-point turn in 33 points. in the middle of the road so that everybody's got to now stop and hang in there. And there you are. And everyone's now trying to push over, driving over the pavements and necking all over these people have no road consciousness whatsoever. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's one of the worst things I've got to say about Cambodia. They have absolutely no idea how to drive on the road.
But are the accidents as high as they are in South Africa?
Not as hectic because you can't go fast because the roads, first of all, are not made to be able to go fast on. Second of all, you can't really get onto the pavement for all the cars and bikes and that and shops and everything on the pavement. So you've got to walk in the road. Then you've got to be careful because even if you're walking towards oncoming traffic, somebody might come up your arse driving on the wrong side of the road. So the speed is very low. So yes, there's a lot of accidents and every now and again somebody's killed. But because you can't drive that fast, it doesn't usually end up on a killer accident. But tuk-tuk, so what's it? The one teacher that was with worked with Ina, her tuk-tuk was driven over the other day. This one was knocked over. There's always a scooter because the flippin' things don't know how to drive. It is just an absolute chaotic mess. And they accept it that way.
Okay.
It's for me. It's
like, yeah. I mean,
absolute gobsmacker every day when I watch these ignorance driving around.
But you're talking about blue ticks and blue tick rage and all of that. I mean, the same thing applies with driving.
Like they do is to avoid the blue ticks. So they pull out their cell phones and start answering messages so that they don't get blue tick rage, and then they drive all over the place. And because there is no road rage, it's better not to get blue tick rage because there isn't road rage.
Cam, tell everybody how to get rid of the blue ticks.
So, don't get blue tick rage. Text while you're driving.
Yes. So, I want to tell you about my weight loss. I'm now below 100. I'm sitting at 115 kgs. So I've lost over 100 kgs in just over a year. So I'm getting there. The doctors are very happy.
How you got that done? Because I think my wife would love you if I got that right.
Oh, okay. Well, you must see my clothes. I look like a clown.
Congratulations.
Everything
well done.
Is so big. Thank you. I'm just saying, you must see my clothes. They're so big. I mean, I look like a clown. That's why that's why everything is so big, Andre. I mean, I used to fit into a 5XL. I'm now down to a 2XL.
Wow. That is
specific
absolutely
cuts,
amazing.
yes.
Well done.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
But the doctors are very happy with the weight loss, but they're also very worried because of my diabetes. So, everything is being monitored now very carefully. Very, very carefully.
You've got to have a lot of willpower for that. I have a lot of willpower. I just will not do it.
Well, if you have a life-changing disease like diabetes, you've got to make a lifestyle change. It's not a case of being on a diet. You've got to actually change your lifestyle to suit the disease that you have, like diabetes. You've got to cut out all sugar, all carbohydrates, all rice, pasta, bread, all those things to regulate the sugar. Because you see, if you have carbohydrates, they turn into sugar. So, I mean, the only thing I'm eating now, unfortunately, is 2-minute noodles. That's all I can afford. But yeah, the thing is, and the cost of living here, Andre, has skyrocketed since you were here in December. It's absolutely ridiculous. I went to get some Hall's lozenges for my throat. The last time I bought them, I think they were 12 Rand for a pack. A single pack of Halls. Now, today, they're sitting between, I think it's 23 Rand for a small pack of lozenges.
Cheaper to smoke menthol cigarettes.
Okay, well, I shouldn't even be having these things. I shouldn't even be having these things. I mean, I was
well,
smoking up to 20 a day. Now, if I smoke 10, that's a lot. But again, you've got to adjust yourself to suit what you're going through.
Mm-hmm. No, I do.
So everybody in South Africa, please be aware. This flu that's going around, please, if you go into any public places, get your buff or your mask and wear it wherever you go. I'm not marketing
everybody's
Ronaldo.
anti-mask.
I'm just
Now you're
telling
telling
people.
them to wear a mask. How can you tell them not to wear a mask? Everyone's anti-mask.
Okay, well then get this flu and be sick for, like I have, for 5 weeks. Sorry, it's my phone.
Looking,
sorry.
Our bot's got says WhatsApp. You go to settings, privacy, and you turn off read receipts, and it saves you a whole lot of anxiety. I hope there's something like that for Telegram, because here in Cambodia we don't really use WhatsApp at all. I use WhatsApp only to stay connected with people in South Africa. In Cambodia we use Telegram for everything, even at school. Telegram groups, WhatsApp basically doesn't exist here.
Yeah. But listen, I'm going to go off. I mean, I've been on here for a long time now, and nobody else has called in. Come on, guys. Show Andre your support. Call in. Come on. You all agreed that it would be a good idea. Come now.
We'll do one when we've actually got maybe got a subject for people. I think they're waiting for a subject. So tell me about your most embarrassing point of time. Alpha One says
my most embarrassing.
You wore the knickers.
Embarrassing. I did not wear the knickers. I was so relieved. But then we had, do you know what polyester is, Andre?
Yeah, it's like a plastic crimpoline type of thing.
It's like crimpoline. Okay, then we had I want to call them brugus in Zulu. We wore panties made out of these dreadful bloody polyester bloody brocks. Oh my goodness. And we had to wear them to play hockey. Do you know what it was like running around and sweating in those bloody, that was dreadful. That was mortifying, having to wear something like that. 100 years ago.
John, my Skype is Marie 1712. I don't know if
Who's
you use
wanting
the
to Skype call you?
Yeah, look, but I think it just goes under Marie 1712. Yeah, I've popped it in there. But yeah, Cam was mentioning we're going to try after this, if you actually want to continue, because I've had an hour now of just yakking away. But if you'd like to,
okay,
you need to try and go onto the WhatsApp group, and I think hopefully Cameron's going to help us with that, to sort of like get a voice call. A voice group call, and we can all just yak on there if you like as well. So that's
okay. Well, we can do that. So basically, can I tell everybody what's going to happen? So basically, who do you want to start the? Do you want Cameron to start it? Somebody's got to actually.
I really don't know how to get that that what's the name going.
Okay, so then what you guys do is, if your phone rings, you answer it, and then we'll all be on a WhatsApp group call.
Yeah, you would probably have to indicate on the group that you want to.
Yes.
I'm just trying to look.
Cameron, just post in the chat. Cam, just post in the chat what people must expect. Because what's going to happen is, Andre, for example, he's going to phone you first. Okay? And then from there, he's going to add each group participant into the call. So what will happen is your phone will ring. You'll come on the call. Then he will then call me, and then I'll come on the call. It's like answering your phone. And obviously, you've got to say yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to type in my Skype ID, but you'll find it just under Andre Marie, because the Skype ID is actually quite intimidating to me. But I'm checking it on there as well.
Well, people wanting to call you on Skype.
Oh, you won't get a hold of me because my Skype's not on all the time. It's usually on a Sunday night, like now. Afterwards, I will phone my mom. But and then I use.
But it's a WhatsApp call.
It's no. I use a Skype call because it's actually quite cheap on Skype. It used to cost me about $10 a week.
Okay. Wait, on WhatsApp?
No, on the phone. It used to cost me $10 a week just to speak to her for about 15 minutes. Now on Skype, it costs me $11 a month, and it gives me like 360 minutes or whatever. And my mom never speaks for more than about 20 minutes max. So it cost me like a quarter of what it used to cost me a month.
Does she not have WhatsApp?
Alison, you have a beautiful, beautiful face with the most lovely smile. I don't know what nonsense you're talking over here. You want to see big cheeks? Take a look at these hamster-sized ones over here. And the call is not going to be video call. It's going to be a voice call, so you won't have it at all. So don't worry about if you're in your Sunday best or whatever. Yeah, Cameron says, there you go. He says, the phone is going to ring on Pepper's Echo group. Then you answer.
There we go. It's very straightforward. I wanted to ask you, don't you phone your mom on WhatsApp?
No, my mom can't operate WhatsApp, so I've had to always phone her on the phone, number to number. And as I said, then it costs me $10, $11 a shot. And so then on Skype, there's a package that you buy actual minutes that you can then phone to a cell phone or normal phone. And I get like 360 or 380 minutes a month for $11 that I buy. And then it's a quarter of the price compared to paying $10, $11 every weekend to speak to her. Then I phone her over Skype. And then it's actually quite nice because then I can just, I usually just sit like this and chat to her, and then sound comes through and I can chat to her as well at the same time. And it's phoning her on her cell phone, which already is a struggle for her to answer.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking of my mother. She has this very, very simple phone. All you can do is take a call, make a call, or send an SMS. That's all it has on there. There's no, on screen touching, or she just wants something basic. And she says to me, it's like I can use it as a doorstop.
My mom's as well. It's got these giant numbers on it that you dial with. It's actually for the elderly and
impaired vision and all of that. Yeah. Okay. Cheers, well, Debbie. I'll go off.
Okay, guys.
I'll go off
I think
so everybody can do this.
Don't rage. Don't rage. Just use the put yourself off the tick box. So don't rage. Don't go blue. Don't get anxious. Take your tick box off. And if somebody doesn't got 2 ticks on their message that you sent them, they've probably taken their advice and also taken the 2 ticks off so that you can't rage about them not seeing it. I'm going to look at doing very, very similarly myself as such. But from my side, guys, if you're wanting to attempt the voice call on Pepper's Echo WhatsApp group, give it a shot. I think Cameron's going to put it together now, so we'll see if we can jump onto there. But from my side, thank you very, very much for always tuning in, for always lifting my spirits, for being such an absolute awesome bunch. And hopefully I can get something a little bit more interesting as well in for next week as well. But have a absolutely super time. Buzz, thank you so much for calling in. Really appreciate it.
Yeah,
and if you're hanging there, I'll see you afterwards as well still. Take care. Be good.
Okay.
And if you can't be good, always be kind. Cheers.